Hello, my name is Janet Barnes, and I am one of the patient family advisors for this study called Improving Capacity to Reduce Fall-Related Injury in Older Adults, or the abbreviated form FAST study. FAST stands for Fall Arrest Strategy Training, which is an exercise strategy designed to improve strength, balance, and ability to react quickly to decrease risk of fall-related injury. 78 men and women participated in this study, where they attended a fall prevention exercise and education program called Staying on Your Feet, run by the Saskatchewan Health Authority, with the addition of FAST exercises. The program was at the Fieldhouse in Saskatoon twice per week for 12 weeks. One of my roles as an advisor for this study was to help to develop questions, facilitate, and then try to code the conversations that came out of 5 focus groups we ran after the exercise programs were finished. A couple of things we were wanting to find out was why people seek out and participate in these programs, what helps them continue to exercise, and what are differences between men and women in participating in fall prevention. We wanted you to hear from them, and some of these participants have agreed to be interviewed to tell their stories.
Thank you for participating in the FAST study. Can you tell me a bit about yourselves and why you started in the study?
I'm a retired occupational therapist, and my physical therapy friend and colleague got us started about 7 years ago in some of the other studies, and this was just a natural progression.
And what about you, Terry? Would you have entered the study without Glennis's initiation?
It's possible I wouldn't have. Her coming in made it easy for me. We'd like to do things together. So yeah, it was an easy decision.
Okay. So one of the things that we were doing with this program was trying to attract men into it, because men don't participate in fall prevention as much. So what was your experience, Terry, of the program?
I found it interesting. It was participating with a lot of different people, gauging yourself to what that they were doing, sort of thing, and how you were reacting to it. It was interesting. It was a good experience.
And what about you, Glennis? What did you gain from being in the program?
Well, a lot of what I worked in geriatrics, so a lot of the education part was quite familiar to me, but you always learn something from a different point of view. And I think it really challenged me, because I realized that, especially the last few years of working, I didn't look after myself properly, and I could see that my balance was changing, and this made a huge difference. So that was nice for me. And it was very interesting to see Terry dance. It doesn't happen usually. And no, I actually had to drag him kicking and screaming, no matter what he says.
Was it helpful to have both men and women involved? Did you find a connection with the other men in the program?
I think so. I think it was. Yeah, it's nice to see a mixed group and how everybody reacts with each other, sort of thing. It was good that way.
So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and why you participated in this study?
Thank you. My name is Neil Collins. I'm mid-60s age semi-retired farmer. I live about half of the year in a condo here in the city and about half of a year on the farm. As my life's changing, I'm becoming less physically active, and I was really, I guess, conscious of what dramatic changes become with people who I can now say of my people, the senior citizens. Falls are life-changing events. Anything you can do to prevent that is really going to help. I saw an ad in the paper and it looked really interesting, and I made that first contact, and away we go.
Did you ever think that this isn't right for me, that I don't need to be here or be in the program?
Not once I got started.
Okay.
Once I was in the program, it was very rewarding on every level. First of all, it was fun. Last thing in the world I was expecting, but it was fun. Initially, it was, oh, gee, I don't know, do I want to go that? Because going to the gym doesn't appeal to me too much. And I thought, oh, what if it's like that? And it wasn't. It was just fun. Is my memory then, and it's my memory now. So no, once I was in the program, had never had a second thought about being there.
Okay, thank you. So do you think that there's value in having these programs available for all ages and all abilities?
I think there's great value in it. As all things, you kind of fall back to your training. You know, this was a multi-pronged approach. It identified risks. It gave you some opportunity to think about where things might be starting to go wrong. So you could even start to, okay, I'm dealing with polypharmacy now. That in itself is, you know, an escalation. And the physical training was great because, you know, what I'm finding anyway, it may be different for others, but as I age, everything just slows down. So anything you can do to maintain muscle tone and reaction time and so on it's very beneficial.
Okay. So do you think there's any differences between men and women in attending and participating in fall prevention programs?
I guess I could only speak for myself at most. But I saw it as being a very inclusive program, or that was certainly my experience. It was, I don't know, tailored in a masterful way to be accessible to everyone where you are, starting from where you are. It's not, oh well, you might not have the right base skill sets or socially it was a very, you know, as soon as you arrive, you're kind of with some new friends, right? You know, everyone always, as you enter into something, it's probably more fun to go with someone. That wasn't my experience, and I didn't find that there was any limitations around that. There was nothing socially limiting around it. In fact, it's socially rewarding, right? And it was just so everybody, it was a master's touch. Everybody in that room was getting a private lesson right where you are. And it was like the best yoga class you've ever been to, right? It's not competitive, it's not graded, you're not going to fail or something. If you show up you and participate, you win, right? So I wouldn't think of it in that way. I couldn't speak to anyone else's experience, but certainly in my mind it wouldn't be exclusive or challenging in some way in that regard, whether it would be a gender thing or, you know, your age or your physical ability, because it was just expertly tailored to who you are and where you are, and that's good.
Okay. Thank you very much, Neil.
Thank you for having me.
You have heard from some of the participants the reasons why older adults participate, as well as ways fall prevention programs could be designed to be attractive to both men and women across a range of ages and abilities. This part of the study, the qualitative part, is so valuable to hear the participants' voices. As someone who has been involved in fall prevention in the community for many years, I understand the importance of hearing the voices of the people that we are trying to reach. There is so much more that we need to do to try and reach those who have difficulty getting out of their homes, don't have the financial resources to attend programming, or means of transportation. These were some of the potential barriers brought forward from our participants. The participants stressed the importance of professional leadership. There is a need to have more health professionals dedicated to doing fall prevention programming in the community. Strategies to keep people motivated to continue, such as cues for daily living practice, keeping it fun and light, and adding in the social connection and accessibility are also important.